My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Slay the Spire Downfall. Let's go into Ascension 1 with the Guardian. I am looking to try and utilize some of the extra cards we got previously, which were stasis related, if I recall correctly. I may not recall correctly though. So what do we have here? I probably don't want to go to a merchant that early on. I can have an elite run away from me in terror. Say instant clear for us. Also gives us the ability to then go down to this one. I don't necessarily like that though. Maybe I do go to this. I just go to an early elite so that I have a better path later on, because there's elite rest elite, which looks really good. There's also the possibility of going for the Emerald elite on this floor so that I get the ability to add extra dex. I mean, dex does matter to this character a lot. All right. I think I will take that then. As much as I want a smith, I need to get the ruby key so that I can break it as early as possible. Strength matters a lot. Whoop, there you go. Potion belt as well as... This should help us figure out what we're going to do with this deck. At the start of your turn, accelerate. Reduce the turn counter of the rightmost card in stasis by 1. When it's reduced to 0, return it to your hand. It costs 0 until played. So now we're going to be looking for a lot of stasis synergies. This shop could be useful for some stasis synergies. Punch, gain 100 souls. That would be pretty good for helping me try and more likely find those stasis synergies and be able to afford them. Alright. Another character dead, and we get Crystal Beam, Incinerate, and Suspension. Suspension, place a card from your hand into stasis, upgrades to draw a card as well, has a socket. It's 0 cost. If it upgrades to draw a card and has a socket, you can get a huge amount of value out of it. Incinerate, deal 9 damage, accelerate. I probably do go with the suspension, but I don't really have anything to suspend yet. Let's... Do I want to break the ruby here? I have a shop in one space time. It's possible I don't want to break the ruby yet. But we do also have an Emerald Elite coming up, so the extra damage matters. Both of these cards need to be upgraded. It's just, do I... I'm going to upgrade Suspension just so it's a lot easier to use here. I don't even know if I stand by that. Seconds after having done it. Alright. Let's curl up. I'm so glad to be curled up this turn. It's basically the only real damage I'm going to get against this enemy. There we go. Strike, strike, suspend, a defend, strike again. So we're getting through about 40 HP off of the enemy here. Best we can do. 54? We'd have to fight the enemy way too many times to kill them at that rate, but hopefully we find something good in a suspension here. Deal 9 damage, place the next non-exhausting attack or skill you play this turn into stasis. Seems pretty good. Real shame that I can't get the membership card. That was as a result of breaking the ruby heart, so really kind of proves my point. Repulsor has proven to be extremely, extremely effective, specifically in the Meow fight. It's just I don't know if I want it before that. Gain a momentary strength and added Shiv to your hand are both real interesting here. I could gain a momentary strength and put that on suspension. Just have it be like an acceleration of my damage a little bit. That seems significantly less valuable than finding something else to use in that way. How about Orb Beam? Innate. Place a random card from your draw pile into stasis. So in my opening hand, I'm also going to have Time Sifter, so I'll just get an extra card next turn almost certainly. Yeah, let's go reroute an Orb Beam. I like it. Here we have Unceasing Top. Whenever you have no cards in hand during your turn, draw a card. Is that going to happen to us commonly? Is it really going to happen to us commonly? Or do we want the Sapphire Key? Just clean up all our keys on the first floor. I honestly don't suspect that that will occur often with this deck. I'm going to add a lot more drawing to it. Okay. Yeah. Let's just go for the kill. Oh, reroute. That is the... the other card that gives us stasis effects. So, not necessarily the one that I would have wanted to put up there. Hey! Deal 5 damage, gain an energy if you have a card in stasis. That is very low damage. So it pays for itself. It becomes... See... So this is conditionally a slice, but a slice that deals less damage, although it does have a socket. Sockets do matter, but I think Vent Steam's way more important here. Get some access to, to vulnerability. Okay, suspension on curl up. Vent Steam and just go straight for the walls. Nice. Okay, we have an ultra defensive turn coming up soon. That should be good enough. We'll get into defensive mode for this turn without having to defend manually. I think I just reroute the Twin Slam so that I have that in my next hand for the extra attack, and then we should be able to kill. Yeah, this Emerald Elite wasn't really as threatening as it could have been. Frozen Egg, whenever you get a power card to your deck upgraded. That's really good considering we're going for a stasis build, and stasis builds often have a lot that they want to do with powers. Add a dex to your hand, gain a dex and add a random power card to your hand. It costs 1 less as combat. Upgrades to also give an artifact. I really, really, really like adding some things that gives artifacts here so that I have the ability to keep on my momentary dex, my momentary thorns, my momentary strength. Garnet's also a little bit of a consideration here, but I don't really attack on the turn that I make enemies vulnerable. I usually am just setting up for a later turn, so let's go with the Ancient Power. Can't break the others yet, but that's fine. It's going to become more important that Time Sifter is innate later on, hopefully. Okay. Nice, so we'll just get the strike back this turn because it gets accelerated. Then let's reroute that 0 cost. Goes back in here as at 1's cost. Okay, so stasis cards, 1 sec. Yeah, 0 until played. So after it was played, it went reverted to 1 cost. Then it got added back here at 2 stasis because stasis is cost plus 1. But it'll still be back next turn. That's totally fine. Let's go for suspension. I probably didn't need to take any damage here. In fact, I definitely didn't need to take any damage here. Oops. Oh my god, Orb Beam seems so good. We're just going to get our whole deck stasis on the first turn. And then start channeling them out over the next couple turns as well. Bonfire Spirits. The spirits toss small bones and fragments into the fire, which brilliantly erupt each time as you approach. The spirits all turn to you expectantly. We're not going to give them anything good here. I think I'm just going to give you a strike and walk away. It's fine for them to ignore me. I just want to clean up the deck a little. Okay, we'll attack the backliner because they're more likely to attack next turn. Single strike kills them. Nice. Reroute that strike and then double defends. And we should be all good. Charge Core. Deal 10 damage, then place this card into stasis. Tick, draw a card. So if this is in stasis and it's in stasis at 2, even if it accelerates, we're just going to draw 2 cards with this. So what is this? Deal 10 damage, draw 2 cards. It's a Pommel Strike. Pommel Strike Plus on its upgrade. I like that. Ooh, Worlds of Goop. You fall into a puddle that's made of slime goop. You can feel the goop in your ears, goop in your nose, goop everywhere. Climbing out, you notice that stuck to your body is a unique-looking yellow slime creature. It appears to have been collecting souls from unfortunate adventurers who fell into the puddle. How convenient. Okay. So, 3 curses for 450 here? That's way too many cards. I just have to take the lowest option. I've got to go for Icky. Not wanting to make the unfortunate puddle incident go without reward, you strike at the yellow slime creature. It bursts instantly. You didn't think it was possible, but you find yourself even more covered in goop than you were before. Alright. Repulsor. We'll exhaust stats and curses. It's fine. I do want to focus on the slime, but I want to make sure that I get my money back, so I've got to focus on the looter instead. Oh, great. There we go. Icky is brought out here to be our free card this turn. Hell yeah. Value. Alright, let's go for suspension. So get rid of the slime, then reroute a twin slam there, defend again. And now we should be pretty comfortable, right? Burn the slime. Strike and then double defend. Yeah, I don't need to take any damage this turn. We can play it slow now. Yep. And by slow, we win next turn. Armored Protocol, pre-upgraded already. There's also Shield Charge over here we should probably focus on first. Place this card into stasis, tick, gain 8 block and an energy. Extremely good here. Armored Protocol, gain 4 block at the end of each turn while in defensive mode. Enter defensive mode, which persists for 1 turn. I like it, but it's Shield Charger here. We're definitely trying to go into the stasis build. I need to cut out every card from this deck that doesn't really benefit from being in stasis as well in order to do this more effectively. Am I going to defend this turn? Yeah, I'm going to defend with 2 orb beams, so I throw the defend up there. Alright, you made me vulnerable, well done. Non-exhausting skill or attack you play this turn into stasis. This already puts itself into stasis. I also don't have enough stasis slots to do anything more past that, so I may as well just throw those out and then pass. Okay. Good lord, that's a lot of damage that you plan to do this turn, friend. I can defend for some. $15? Okay. I played safe. So this is clearly a perfected strike deck then. Let's curl up as best we can. I'm gonna reroute Twin Slam. I don't want to pay 2 just to put a shield charger into stasis there. Yeah, that seems like the kind of thing that I probably want to accomplish with other cards. Other cards not necessarily showing up to do it right now, but hopefully in the future. Right, we'll defend, then strike and reroute a Twin Slam. Alright, that's enough to get us another defensive mode. Oh, thank heck it is, because this turn is rough. Let's actually look into the Ancient Power. Revenge Protocol. When defensive mode, you gain 3 momentary strength, and I enter defensive mode. I like it. When defensive mode is removed. Hang on. I just completely misread that card. It's not when you're in defensive mode, it's when you leave defensive mode. Got it. On board now. Good lord, this fight's actually really rough for us. Okay, enemy's not attacking this turn, thankfully, but unfortunately, we don't really have that much damage in response. The next non-exhausting attack or skill you play this turn is put into stasis. I do like the idea of putting suspension into stasis just to have it active next turn in case it hits the shield charger there. So you know what? I'll do that. Never mind, we got the shield charger already. Then defend and throw out another strike. So what we're looking for now would be... what? And that's volatile, so it'll exhaust itself after it's coming out of the stasis. I'll tell you what we're really looking for now is just damage. We just need some damage. I need cards that have good tick effects. Things that happen while they're in stasis. And I need fewer cards that have no care if you are in stasis or not. I will suspend a Icky, just to get it away from myself right now. I'm going to short myself a little bit of defense here because I think I just need to pick up the pace on the kill. Making the enemy vulnerable that turn, as well as getting my thorns for this turn, and there we go, yep. That's not enough, really. I mean, it is if I defend and we're all good. No, because the block goes through first. Dang it. Damn. All right, there we go, we're fine. Bauble Beam, deal 10 damage, perform 2 times the following, upgrades to 3 times the following. That is very good. Exploit Gems is also really good too. This is something I would want in Stasis. This isn't something I would want in Stasis. Snecko. I have too many 0 costs in this deck for a Snecko. My opening hand is a 1 cost and 2 0 costs. If those get re-rolled badly for me, I just have an awful time. I don't overmuch want extra energy, but at least it gives me the ability to try and find more things this floor that are a little bit more energy hungry that I think I might benefit from. Okay, 3 elite path on either side, 2 rests on the left. Fewer on the right. Okay. I should probably break the Emerald and Sapphire here. Just get as powerful as I possibly can. The Ball Beam wants an upgrade. Shield Charger doesn't really. All beams don't really. Anything that just increases itself by the damage and block isn't super important for me right now. Like, the most important things are the things that will then allow me to do more powerful things later, because the core of this deck is fine. It's just we need damage. We need to do something with the deck. I'm going to obtain a relic here just in case. Hey, kunai! Every time you play 3 attacks in a single turn, gain 1 deck. Super useful. Especially here on the opening turn. I'm going to go Orb Beam. Orb Beam Strike. Don't want to be weakened next turn. Makes it a lot harder to kill the other one. Let's go Icky. I'm probably going to try and suspend the Slimed there. Yep. Then what? Reroute Charge? Sure. Bauble Beam just here, doing nothing this entire time. I should Ancient Power this early. Repulsor, I mean, like, that'll just burn the slime the next time I draw it, but if I have to draw it, I'm losing a draw in order to get it. Let's go for those 3 and then just get an extra point of dex, defend with it. This is exactly what I'm talking about. We have nothing that we're doing to the backliner right now. Like, we can barely even keep up with the frontliner. I'm going to take my 4 random 0 costs here, actually. Place this card in stasis, gain 16 block and 1 strength 2 times. You know what? 100% needed. Oh, I should have played the Sapphire first. Oops. Yep, now we're still in defensive mode. We've gained a bunch of extra strength, which hopefully is enough to help us overwhelm the Gremlin leader eventually. Suspension goes on Shield Charger, definitely. We can accelerate for extra energy and extra defense this turn. I don't think that's necessary. Don't like that I'm being made weak next turn, though. And also, we're guaranteed to be attacked because of the Gremlin leader. Thankfully, this is going to tick 2 times this turn, so I'm going to get 26 block. Alright, great. Being able to take down the front line there is hugely important. We are now just, like, out of resources in this deck, though, so... I'm gonna reroute Bauble Beam to get some damage stacked up there. Enter defensive mode doesn't do anything for us here. We're just scaling decks. This is a free turn's worth of attacks. Thankfully... Hey, it's a free turn's worth of attacks, and thankfully we actually have some really good attacks coming up. We may now be able to focus on the Gremlin Leader just to finish out the fight. Especially because I'm not getting weakened this turn, I'm just going for the Gremlin Leader. I can't afford to sit in this fight for another another round, rather. Okay. Well, we got him and we didn't take too much damage, but that could have been awful. Cards containing strike deal 3 additional damage. Little bit helpful here, but not hugely. Amethyst. All enemies lose 2 strength this turn. 3 times triggering that on a Bauble Beam seems pretty good to me. Seems pretty damned good to me. Alright. Time Sifter. Let's Orb Beam. The next non-exhausting attack or skill you play this turn is Stasis. So I can actually reroute now, then Orb Beam, then Defend, and the Defend goes into Stasis because it holds for the next non-exhausting one. Which matters a little bit because, you know, I wanted to try and get more plated armor off of the enemy. Okay. Let's start with Curl Up because there's no reason not to. Move into Suspension. Shield Charger. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to draw there. Throw out the Amethyst. Armored Protocol. Sure, Armored Protocol as well. No reason not to there also. And then... Nice. It's not like we're chunking down huge hits on the enemy here, but we are definitely being very, very effective. Let's go Bauble, Strike, Strike. Gets us the extra defend. I'll go Icky and Slimes. Usually I get my damage engine online before my block core, but this is an example of the inverse. Evasive Protocol. Accelerate until the card in stasis returns to your hand. Not necessary. We already accelerate really, really well. Gain 2 decks while in defensive mode. Enter defensive mode, which persists for 1 turn. Is that important? Maybe I want to be in defensive mode all the time while I'm trying to set up the time shifter, and this is what the deck is missing. Yeah, maybe it is. Alright. Amethyst goes into the Bauble Beam. So all enemies will lose 6 strength on the turn that I play that, and that is without any other modifications yet. Then following that, the Ancient Power is the next one that really wants an upgrade. Get the artifacts. Okay. I might use Dex Potion here. Yeah, because that'll prevent me from taking at least 1 stab into the deck. And also this fight is going to be pretty hard, so might as well get a little bit more prepared for it, right? Twin Slam Strike and then Orb. Orb. Oh! Oh! Perfect cards to pull out with that. Let's enter defensive mode, which persists for 1 turn. Let's do that with the Evasive Protocol before we curl up. Just in case there's an interrelation between those two. We get a bunch of block this turn. 28, we're already fully blocked. And the Bauble Beam would even do hugely well here. Ancient Power gives us Repulsor. Okay, so we have the ability to get past any stabs that get out into the deck as well. We'll reroute the Bauble Beam 100% here, definitely. Reroute Bauble. Strike. This deck is way more effective than I thought it was. Is it just the inclusion of a Bauble Beam? Like, literally, you just needed a card that said damage on it? Dreamcatcher, whenever you're rescuing out, add a card to your deck, as well as Evasive Protocol. Garnet, apply vulnerable to all enemies. Do I want to just apply vulnerable to all enemies 3 times? Is it? It feels wrong to wait. It feels wrong to wait. I don't want an optimal gem in there. I mean, I do want an optimal gem in there, obviously. If I could put in, you know, draw a card and draw 3 cards every time I play, that'd be incredible. But the longer I wait for that, the more I am giving up the possibility of actually having something valuable right now, which matters a lot. Okay. Reroute Strike, Orb Beam, Orb Beam. Unfortunately, we can't put the Bauble Beam back up. Wait. Where is all our damage coming from? I don't... Is it the strikes? Is it just that the strikes are now upgraded? Prismatic Beam. Amber is also accelerate 3 times. I mean, I do put a lot of things in stasis. The ability to accelerate 3 times in a row is not bad. You know, I could just put it on suspension. Accelerate on suspension seems like a good idea, though. Hang on. We might have actually made a good decision there. All right, let's enhance by getting a ridiculous amount of vulnerability on the Bauble Beam. Let's also enhance again by getting some acceleration on the suspension, because that does occur after I put the card into stasis. So there's always going to be something in stasis for that action. Upgrade with the reroute. Actually, no, it's a small amount of extra damage. Charge Core is 5 extra damage. That matters a bit. Twin Slam gets an extra socket, as well as doing extra damage. These upgrades are very, very underwhelming right now. We don't really have anything in the deck that is huge. Maybe I just upgrade the Orb Beams. It's a very small, small, quote unquote, impact, +2 on each. But the biggest thing about it is that it's always on the first turn. So every time I go into a fight, I'm going to trigger both of those. I'm always going to get value out of them. Don't love this. Do not love this. Oh, thank heck for the shield charger there. Extremely important. We're about to take some serious damage, though. Ow. Ow. Hey, never mind. We're just setting up the meat on the bone. Obviously, this was planned the entire time. All right, let's go suspension first. Reroute, great. We got to... Reroute's exactly what I wanted, literally just so I can get the Bauble Beam again next turn. Let's put a... You know what? Let's put this charge core up there. Let's draw a card next turn with it. We'll reroute a Bauble Beam. You'll love to see it. And then throw out all the damages available. I just didn't want to get the Entangle. Alright, Ancient Power, what do you got in you? Nothing really of relevance. Let's strike, and then... I guess I'll set up Event Steam on the backliner, just because there's no reason to super over-defend right now. Not going to get weak. Thank you for the artifacting to prevent that. Curl up, evasive. We'll murder the frontliner and then start working on the next. That Bauble Beam is doing so much work right now. I would love a second copy of it if the game would allow. Toxic Egg. Whenever the skill card to your deck, upgrade it. Another shield charger? Yes. Pre-upgraded as well. That reroute actually can't affect anything. Everything in this hand exhausts in one way or another. Oh well. I love that we now have the curl up as well on this turn from the holdover last. Alright, another defend. Guess I'll Twin Slam for some damage and then Shield Charger just for some extra energy next turn because we're already fully defended. Thank you for getting the Bauble Beam there. Let's roll Evasive Protocol and then just start throwing as much damage as we can. We're really not dealing that much damage to you. Ancient Power for possible aggression. Yeah, that's not going to do it, unfortunately. Yeah, I guess that's the best I can do here. We still need more damage. I thought I had damage, but evidently not. Court's draw card is incredible. There's also a shield charger here. Maybe I'll look at the aura for a possible extra pickup here. Obviously, I like the Icky remove. What would that draw card even go into right now? Like Twin Slam, probably, because Twin Slam's a card that I often try and put back up. And then Shield Charger? And 10 block and enter defensive mode. Alright, yeah, that's all I'm gonna do here. What do we need? What do we even need? More fights, look at more cards. Okay. Let's do it. Let's go. Vent Steam and throw all of those up as well. Evasive, and then we'll suspension a shield charger, giving us back the ancient power. Orb Walk, gain 2 strength, tick, gain 1 strength, volatile. This is exactly the kind of thing that I'd want in this deck. It's a power that I can play in order to get more offensive potential, but it also can be put up in the orb slots in order to give us even more. For the moment, though, just gonna focus on the damage. Oh, those shield charges are doing so well. Bye-bye. Calipers. That's what we really want right now. Calipers would be great. Okay, it's Courts there, and then it's just got to be reroute Twin Slam looking for damage. Or we could just kill the enemy this turn. That'll work too. Place the top 2 cards of your draw pile into Stasis socket. Putting draw in that would be really good. There's also Prismatic Barrier. Gain 4 block for each gem in this card. And then I can put extra gems in there. It feels like I already have block dealt with after a point in this deck. Is that true? We do have our deck scaling. It's just we're not often in defensive mode. Seems like it'd be relevant. I'm going to take a planning. I think I now have more ability to put things in stasis than I have things that... Or than I have stasis slots. So I do have to be a little bit wary of this. Perfect. I don't need all of the extra block from the shield charger next turn. Ooh, Ancient Power is so good here. Prevents the frailty. So we get Ancient Construct. If you have no... at the start of your turn, if you have no artifact, gain an artifact and lose an energy. This would be perfect for us right now. It would actually be exactly what this deck needs. Okay. Let's go evasive protocol and then suspend a shield. Okay, then I'll reroute a bauble beam, which does so many debuffs here that we managed to get through all of the enemies. Artifacting, that is. And planning as well. Yeah. Too much stasis in progress. I could consider at this point getting some extra stasis slots. Or maybe just some extra things that say accelerate on them. Alright. Orbital. I'll reroute a Twin Slam, but we already got a kill. Let's see the Forge. Crystal Beam, Ruby, Incinerate. Incinerate is a little bit more accelerate that I was talking about. Maybe just like a little bit of accelerate is worth it for us right now. Oh, I mean, this one's easy. It is reroute the Twin Slam. Or beam, or beam. Ah, yes. Shield charger. Alright. Let's curl up and then start multicasting as best we can. Landing got us a Ancient Power. Fine. We'll single strike first and then go for the double strike. Otherwise, we end up with too much malleable armor on the enemy. Bauble Beam is so good. So good. Look at all your damage. Alright. Armored Protocol will try out 2 more strikes. And then let the enemy deal with themselves. Clone. Choose a card, place a copy of that card into stasis. How many cards do I want to dupe in this deck? Bauble Beam. Yep, that's a good enough answer to that question. Oh. Time Sifter. Accelerate 2 times at the start of my turn. Or do I want an Ancient Power? Oh my god, that code is so good right now. I think I want an extra Time Sifter. Walk as well. Oh, good god, this is so good. So, yeah, and that goes down to 1. Wait, hang on. How's stasis work again? Reduce. Okay, so accelerate is reduce the rightmost. Hang on, I need to find a card that just says stasis. Card in stasis gains a turn. Turn counter is reduced by 1. Okay, so all of those reduce theirs by 1, and then the frontliner reduces by an extra. So that means that... Oh, no, wait, but I only had 1 Time Sifter out. Okay, so if 2 Time Sifters are out, I want to make sure that it actually hits 2 more accelerates. Right? That's the goal here. Check on that. So what would that mean? When does accelerate happen? Let's quickly find a card that says accelerate on it. Reduce the turn count of the rightmost card in stasis by 1. Okay, and then stasis says that happens at the start of your turn. At the end of your turn, accelerate 2 times is what Twin Sifter says there. Okay, so the end of my turn is after the Watcher has responded to me as well, it looks like. Okay. Evasive. Thoughts. Suspend a shield charger. I mean, the shield charger is currently on 0. I don't... Okay, cool. I was wondering what had happened there. No. I played a thing that then accelerated that. Okay, got it. Little, It's gonna take me a moment to really re-grasp how stasis works here. Alright. As it turns out, the unstable top would have been really good for us. Unceasing top, rather. Would have actually been extremely useful. Alright. I'm going to Incinerate here, getting the Twin Slam. Then I can use Planning in order to get 2 more up there. Throw out a bunch of extra damage. And then this turn, get all the cards back. It's Quartz here. Use a Suspension to put a Shield Charger up and reroute a Bauble Beam. Making sure we got a bunch of vulnerability on the enemy. Keep tanking up the defense. And then... is Bauble Beam going to be available this time? Almost. In fact, I can actually make it available this turn with the Suspension. Nice. And then I can use Planning to fill the extra 2 slots. Oh my god. This is working extremely efficiently. This is basically just giving me the ability to play like 8 cards in a turn. Alright then. Nice try, Watcher. Oh my god, that Onyx. Gain an artifact, lose 2 HP. It's always so appealing to me. So we would have a planning that's just like, draw a card, gain an artifact. That's really good. Spheric Shield. For 3 turns, block is not removed at the start of your turn. Gain 15 block, enter defensive mode. So that is very good. Do I need it? Is it too good? I don't think so. I need the ability to keep things like Momentary Strength to try and actually get powerful here. I'm gonna call it. I really don't think we need to rest. Both of the other relics there seem really, really cruel. Okay. 4 elites often on that, over on that left, rather. How many opportunities to fight the merchant, though? That's the big thing. Oh, God. No path. Wait, there is one path that has the ability to fight 2 merchants. I have to take it. Just for safety's sake. Okay, Quartz goes into planning. The Onyx also goes into planning. Quartz and Onyx both being in Bauble Beam. Yes, I'd take 6 damage every time I play it, but like, oh god, imagine how cool it'd be. Onyx shouldn't be in there, but at least Quartz would be so good if it wasn't there. Oh well. Upgrades here. I guess I will go with the Orb Beam. I have so many cards I want to remove from this deck. Just so many. I mean, we're already going to full defend, so the defend happens earlier rather than later. So you want it earlier so that you can get more slow stacks on the enemy before you hit them, so that you are dealing more damage. But you want it later so that you might get the kunai. So occasionally I will very quickly play a turn and I will misread which of those I need at the time. It'll happen. Don't love this. I have to take way too much damage this turn, I think. Alright. I'm gonna use a block potion. Reroute a Twin Slam. Use a Charge Core, just throw out another strike. Clone the Bauble Beam looks really good to me right here. Is it Clone Incinerate? It's definitely not Clone Evasive Protocol. Let's see what the Ancient Power gives us first. Construction Form. Prevent the next 3 times you lose HP. During your next 2 turns, you cannot play attacks. Yeah, I can't play that yet. Yeah, I think it's going to be Clone the Bauble Beam. That has 0 on its stasis, right? Doesn't that mean it comes back now? Guess I'm gonna get it back manually. Alright, let's go for planning. And then I guess evasive protocol and a strike. That wasn't necessarily the best managed turn. Let's pop a shield charger up there. And another one as well. Go for the double defend. Actually, a triple defend. And throw out as much damage as we can. The giant head is exactly where we're going to have a lot of difficulty not being able to throw out much damage. Although we also have a huge amount of blocks, so we'll see which of those comes out on top. I don't want to incinerate here because I want both of these to go off next turn for all the block then. Curl up, throw a shield charger up there for the next turn. Vent steam, we'll planning. Oh, bauble beam. Oh, bauble beam. Reroute a strike, which won't work. And bauble beam. I'm still here because I have no damage, giant head. Didn't I? God, it's like you're not even listening to me. Defend and see if, gosh, 22 a turn. Ugh. Just ugh. Yep, this one hurts. Construction form's back, so I could play it at the end of this turn. Oh god, do I actually need to play it at the end? I was really hoping I wasn't going to. Never mind, we got Bauble Beam. We should be okay. Right? Yep. Exactly right. There we go. Woo! Question card. Future card rewards have one additional card to choose from. I think that's pretty useful. Crystal Ward is really good. Gives us 3 block, but I gain my dex so high that 3 block is a lot more than that for us. Aquamarine's super useful. I want an extra merchant fight, I think, just in case. Because I don't have that much damage again. Why? Okay. Should be in Bauble Beam first for the vulnerability. Oh, nice. Shield charge with the extra block this turn for us. And we get into evasive protocol, so we actually will be using our thorns on the enemy here. Should have played the other card. There's no reason I want to draw back to it, but I'm also not going to draw back to it in time, so should be okay. Just planning, see if we draw anything good. In terms of damage, that would be. Nothing really. Actually, just gonna clone the Incinerate literally just for some more damage. Let's try and pop Shield Charger up there, but we accelerate the frontliner at the absolute least. And then I'll use Reroute and Accelerate. Okay, that doesn't have the ability to put Stasis back up at the same time because it tries to put it into Stasis and then Accelerate, rather than the inverse. Yeah, I don't really have much I can do here yet. Ooh, Reroute Bauble Beam's nice. Or it would be. Time Capacitor, love it. We'll Reroute. Bauble Beam. Strike. Just planning and see if we get anything worthwhile. No. Strike again. Alright. We should be able to kill the merchant in the next space we fight it. Give me damage. I think it's maybe just a touch too late for the Rhapsody co-mining pick there. Common gem to add to your deck at the end of combat. No. Momentary Thorns. Also probably not at this point. Places card into stasis. Also probably not at this point. Study the Spire is looking pretty good right now. Coming pre-upgraded. Random upgraded colorless boss card to your hand. It costs 0 until played. How many innate cards do I have? I have 3 innate cards? I'm gonna take the Study the Spire and move on. Is a single shot down here enough for the kill? Actually, a single shot down there might be enough for the kill. Now I think I can bail. Out of my prior path, get a little bit more aggressive. Okay, the enemy could be doing a giant attack next turn, so I'm going to get the shield charger in front here, then orb beam the other two. This is in case of the 45. No, but even without the 45, we still want it like this. Hey, another time sifter. Gotta love that. Strike and just defend. Bauble Beam would have been great this turn, but would it really be necessary? Yeah, we're already defending super enough. All right. It's clone Bauble Beam, isn't it? Again, just for some more damage in the deck. This isn't even a great damage card. It's just useful. I really like the synergy between Onyx and the Centennial Puzzle, because I get to lose 2 HP and draw my 3 cards whilst being really safe. Not having to get the enemy to do it for me. Alright, Study the Spire. Hopefully that comes in soon. You know what? Accelerate and draw in the Bauble Beam would have been perfect. Gosh. Now I am really wishing that I had held on to it, but I know if I had held on to it, the ability to utilize it wouldn't have appeared. Oh god, I wish I took 1 more damage that turn. Okay, never mind. Ghost Inferno deals 7 damage to a random enemy 6 times. That's great. I would like, if possible, to take 1 more damage this turn. I can't do that, can I? 1 more damage would have been for the Meat of the Bone to trigger. It's another Ancient Power. It's pretty good still. What if I want Amethyst in the Twin Slam or in the Vent Steam as well? I don't know if that's worth it over the Ancient Power here yet. Okay, Grim Forge. Through secret passages known only to the constructs of the Spire, you enter a chamber designed for maintenance and repairs on automaton models. The tools available here will be of certain use to you, even if they were not intended for use on Guardians. Remove a card, gain a random gem, destroy all gems in a socketed card, remove socketed card, gain its gems. Destroy all gems in a socketed card. God, Aquamarine in that bauble is looking real good. That is so much defense. The Aquamarine is already... Sorry, the Bauble Beam by itself is already a lot of defense, but With an Aquamarine in it, it is just block for the whole turn. Remove a card, gain a random gem is also really good. Fine. We're overly defensive. Do I want to cut a strike? Yeah, still do. What do we get? Accelerate! Okay, sorry. Destroy all gems to the socketed card. Buy a Bauble Beam. Then we will add a Crystal Ward, and we'll add Amber to the Bauble Beam. Destroy a socketed card, gain its gems. That was the right thing, wasn't it? We could have destroyed planning in order to get draw a card and then still done basically the same stuff. Gotten draw 3 as well on the Bauble Beam, but honestly, I think the extra defense is going to be hugely powerful here. Socketed card, gain its gems. Do I still want to remove planning? No, I don't want to remove planning. Planning is actually kind of important now. You escape through the same passage that you came in, leaving the Rimfall behind you. Your journey continues towards the dawn, awaiting at the top of the spire. All right. Make sure the frontliner goes down. Let's curl up. We'll spend that. Not actually managing to, but Gem Finder. You may add a common card to your card at the end of the deck. Oh, like it. It's planning. See what we get from that. If nothing else, we do make sure that we get the meat on the bone triggered at the end of the combat. I'm going to incinerate here, and then I am going to... I can't clone and incinerate after using it. Whoops. Alright, I'm going to clone a Ancient Power, use one as well. Get extra Thorns. And just throw out some extra damage. Last Stand. Remove all debuffs, gain 1 strength. If you're below half HP, heal 20 and gain 2 strength. No reason not to play that. All right, let's start defending as well. And then I'm gonna Bauble Beam, super accelerate my whole hand. I should have played Shield Charger as well. But yeah, Crystal Ward, Crystal Ward, Crystal Ward, get another Dex. Ancient Construct. I don't know if I need to take that anymore. But yeah, the whole thing is that Bauble Beam is demonstrating that it just full defends us easily. Remove all block, apply 19 damage, and then 3 vulnerable afterwards. Let's go planning first. Okay. We'll defend, then pop that and incinerate for the kill. What else? I mean, I could put a Crystal Ward in, like, any other card, like the Vent Steam. The Vent Steam is actually kind of, Wait, hang on. Because we removed the vulnerability from the Bauble Beam, the Vent Steam is now my only way of adding vulnerability, so it is now more important. I was about to say it's something I can take away from the deck, but it isn't. Fragmented Gem on the Twin Slam isn't even that bad either. Gives us another attack towards the kunai triggers. Take an Aquamarine. Planning, multi-beam, Shield Charger. Do you have any beam cards in the deck? We have 2 orb beams, but they get played on the first turn, and then no other beam cards. So trying to get the tick effect of the multi-beam doesn't seem super useful. I don't really know what would happen if I tried to put this in stasis. What is X cost plus 1? We might not want any of these. Is Walker Claw maybe the damage I want? What? I get 4 strength occasionally by the end of a combat, so 24 damage by itself. It's not like it's good, but it might be enough. Because I've been holding out for damage this entire time, and every damage hasn't been enough damage. Eventually, you just got to settle down and take some damage. All right. Decent turn next turn. Right, we need to accelerate something good here. Damn. Okay, I'll put a shield charger up there. Then I will go for the triple accelerate, which is going to get 2 charges of that shield charger, give us extra energy, so I can put the other shield charger up there. Throw out all of those defense, and not this one, because it will be 0 cost next time I draw it. But yeah, didn't really want to have to do it like that. Planning. Let's go for the planning. Clone is already up there as well. All right, Ancient Power, please give us some. This still feels like I deal no damage. I got a shuriken at least then? I do like the idea of cloning a Study the Spire and just going the heck off. I imagine they stack on top of each other and just adding extra turns to the counter rather than giving me 2 boss cards in a turn, because 2 boss cards in a turn is useless to me. I can't play both of them in the same turn. Let's go. Reroute, and then the Walker Claw on the top as well. Alright. Oh, nope. I'm studying the time meter and I'm studying the champ at the same time. Alright. Planning. Face Slap is going to be super useful here. Let's plan first. Oh, gosh. Okay, never mind. The Incinerator is going to get us some more. Yes, Incinerate gets us some more block there. Happy as hell to have that. Remove all block from my target, right? Yes. Whew. Worried for a second there it was going to be removing all of my own. Time Ripple. The enemy is already slow, so I'll pass up on that this time. Ripple. Okay. Defense. Go for a Walker Claw. Even a Bauble Beam. I mean, these Crystal Wards should have gone out first. We're going to be fine. We've got the kill. At the start of your turn, lose 15 block rather than all of it. We got the Calipers. We win. Game over. I'd pretty happily take another shield charger at this point. If I get to keep the block from it, why not? Oh, and extra stasis slots. Bet. Thank you so much, game. All right. Bauble Beam is going to be so ridiculous now as well. I'm so glad. All right, suspension. I do want to study the Spire out this turn. I don't need to wait. And then we'll go for all of the block. All right, your turn. Chrono Boost. Gain 2 strength for every 9th card you play. This is so good for us. Actually, I am going to clone that. I can't play the Chrono Boost if it comes out this turn, so I'm not going to use the Incinerate. Too many boss cards. Oh my god, we got another one. Never mind. Alright, next turn. Alright, next turn. We got 3 shield charges up there. I'm just gonna... Yep, casual block for 85. Now I know what to do with the Walker's Claws, at least. Keep blocking all of it. It's going to be really difficult for anyone to damage me past this point. If only we had the unstable top, though. I couldn't have known exactly how well this was going to end up working for me. Okay, piercing pre-program. You look at the top 6 cards of your draw pile. You may choose to put one in stasis, socket, a gem, 4 block at the end of each turn while you're in defensive mode. We're not in defensive mode, super honest. Super, commonly, rather. I also don't think I even need pre-program. I think it's just another card that I don't want pulled out by other things right now. Okay. Event Steam still matters, so now we'll put that in there. Event Steam matters so much, in fact, that now I need to give it an upgrade just to get an extra turn of vulnerability. Our first turn is definitely our most scary. So 33 incoming damage against this, deals 8 to us, takes us down to 48 out of 90. Why? Okay, I'm gonna need to play planning 2 times in this combat in order to get to the meat on the bone trigger. So I actually may reroute the planning then. Makes me super likely to be able to play it another time. Clone at defensive mode just for some extra safety. Let's kill the frontliner and get some extra draw for the next turn. Alright. We have the Incinerate giving us the Ball Beam, and then we have the Ball Beam giving us all of the rest of the cards. Suspend the Slay the Spire. I don't necessarily believe that I currently need it. He's planning to get to the HP value that we need. And then, yes, say Ball Beam. What do you got for us? Construction? Yeah, don't need that. Alright, your turn. Calipers is exactly what we needed in every way, shape, and or form. It has completed this deck, I feel. Alright. Let's just finish this up the next time. Liquid Memories. Choose a card in your discard pile to play. Cost 0. Gem Finder, Temporal Shield. Draw 2 cards if you have a card in stasis. That is very, very much the kind of thing we're looking for here. Thank you. Liquid Memories matters a bit, doesn't it? Dude, Block Potion doesn't, so Liquid Memories will. Nothing really to say about this. Hopefully we get Ball Beam early. Reroute Incinerate looks pretty good here, but I don't think I'm going to have the opportunity. It's still Incinerate. And then Rerouted Defend. Is that even necessary at this point? Oof. I actually don't even have anything I want to clone. At least we're on 50% HP, so we got the meat on the bone. Slime Tackle. Deal 27 damage in 3. Okay, so it's just a big tackle. Alright. Let's pop it out. And just defend as best we can. Again, over-defending where possible. Gotta love getting up to 59 block at the start of your turn. I mean, that one's just simple. Just go straight for the kill. Vent Stream, Guardian, no. Aquamarine again? Aquamarine going into the same... into the same vent steam? Yeah. Designer Inspire. You discover a colorful shop with a banner Inspire. A bandit shouts from just inside the entryway, threatening whoever's inside. Give me your money! The bandit doesn't notice you, distracted by his attempted looting. Bop. It takes little effort to deal with the thief, but the fight does not go without some injury on your part. A man in ridiculous clothing appears at the shop entrance. Thank you, kind overlord, the man says, beckoning you inside. Oh my, you're just dreadful. This won't do, no. What is this style? You ought to be menacing. A feared and intimidating overlord of the Spire. You simply must let me give you a proper makeover. You aren't sure whether to take this man at his word and accept his services, or if you should be insulted at his disgust in your style. Remove a card and upgrade a random card seems pretty good. There's no specific card in the deck at the moment that I care about upgrading. So. Hey, reroute, nice. Okay, bye-bye now. Tell your old friends. Though you were apprehensive of the man's ability, you definitely feel more intimidated. Oh, and hopefully I have enough damage. Bubble Beam's helpful. Ooh, Bubble Beam's very helpful. All right. I'm going to clone the Walker Claw there. The idea here being that I just need extra damage. That's all I'm going to really need to push through this fight. Face slap. And we were right. Putting this into stasis is 3 strength over the next couple turns. It's pretty good. 10 block on turn 1 is also pretty good against some of the enemies that we fight. I'm going to take that. I'm going to take that. I'm also going to cut the strike. I'm going to leave myself with some money in order to do some stuff in the next shop as well, because none of this super over much appeals to me. I mean, the speed potion does a little bit, but I honestly think we already escaped the damage curve so well that in stasis threats until you have 3 times, choose 1 of 3. Yeah, okay, don't care about that. Yeah, I think we already get to the effectiveness of that really effectively, really quickly, rather. Polybeam scales with strength. No, I think we are actually, like, also a slow deck. At times it's... Ooh. Yeah, I should definitely study the Spire here. Great cards to have in the next turn. Gonna curl up, and obviously the shield charge going over there. I wish I could save the last stand. But I'm probably not going to take any more damage in this combat, so. More debuffs. A1 strength. Just don't think that's going to be relevant. Let's get an ancient power up there, though. Ooh, whenever I exit defensive mode, I'm going to get 2 strength. Go like that, at least. Defensive stance, gain 23 block and 5 block at the end of each turn. Sure. Seems good to me. Now I'm going to shield charger, then reroute and incinerate. Spiker protocol, evasive protocol, and a walker's claw to round that out. Yeah, I could get close to just stopping blocking at this point. Let's suspension a orb walk up there, giving me back my incinerate, and then use the incinerate to tick and get a point of strength. And then we'll use the bauble beam to tick it a couple more times. Wait a second. This isn't volatile on its upgrade anymore? So that's my damage engine. I found it. Ooh. That's super good. All right, so what do I do now? That. Play as many cards as I need for the ink bottle to be activated at the start of the next combat. Definitely don't need extra energy. Take another liquid memories. Charge. Yep. Yeah, I need things like that scale my strength. It's exactly what we've been looking for this entire time. Reroute Incinerate is going to be so good here as well. Or not. Yeah, nothing I really want to be cloning there. Alright. Yikes, this hand isn't great either, and that's at the start of your next turn. Why is it at the start of my next stasis? When the counter reaches 0, just return to your hand and cost 0 until played. Gimme! Gimme! That's mine! The card says that's mine! Mom says it's my turn to play with the Incinerate. I'm gonna go for a bunch of powers here, just get myself as buff as possible. Ooh, I love that charge up as well. I can get back to those shield charges later. Okay. Let's go for a charge core. Temporary Shield was also showing that I had a card in Stasis, even though I didn't. It's border. Throw a Incinerate out just for an extra draw. There's Planning. Planning's super useful here. Let's go for a Planning. Ah! Orb Walk. It's good to see you. Ball Beam up there, unfortunately, as well, though. Let's go for an Ancient Power, and then Repulsor, just in case at the absolute least. And then I guess it's just Temporal Shield in any defense I find. I'm going to try and put that up there. It's not going to work, but then it will trigger the next one, drawing an extra card. There we go! Slay the Spire! Shouldn't have done that. As it turns out, shouldn't have done it. Can I have my Bauble Beam back, please? Honestly, I don't even think that... I don't even think I need to stop the enemy, but I will use a Corrupt Core here. Not certain it was necessary, but... I do just want to keep more block, I guess. Let's curl up and pop a planning. Nice. Definitely want to... I mean, I'll pop the Orb Walk. Bauble Beam as well. So we have a bunch of free space in hand, and I can study the Spire. Throw out a Shield Charger as well, defend, and just reroute at the very end for some extra damage. Accelerate? Do I want to... Yeah, I might want to accelerate this time. Nice. Can I have a Body Slam? Just a single Body Slam in this deck? I'll look for a Prismatic Shard if possible. Twin Beam. Deal 18 damage twice, deal 18 damage twice at the start of your next turn. That's really good here with it 0 costing. Let's clone that, then pop it. Okay. Then Incinerate and pop the Walker Claw 2. Temporal Shield for a bit of extra draw. Ooh, nice. Go for the Bauble Beam. Getting all those cards back in hand too. Sadly can't play the extra one. Whoops. Probably not a great idea to have done that then. Let's reroute a Twin Slam, draw a card as well. Pop that Twin Beam back into stasis so I can use it next turn. And then I'm going to leave that one there. Ideally, we kill in a single attack. Already played a boss card? I have not already played a boss card this turn. It was just the extra effect of a previous boss card. You only may play one boss card a turn, but I played one yet. Please let me use the boss card. I just want to attack the defect. Throw out the Twin Slam. That is the ink bottle done. Ready and set up. You can already see how much slower this deck is than a lot of the other ones, because I'm not really like going through and explaining the cards as I was in the first episodes of each character, as much at least. And yet, this is still an hour and a half. It'll be probably significantly more by the time we end up finishing off Meow. It's just a very slow deck. Double Ancient Power as well. Floating Orbs! It's exactly what I want. Literally, like exactly the kind of thing that I want in this deck. All right. Orbs. Time Sifter. Do I want planning? Orb Beam. Oh, Orb Beam. And Orb Beam. Planning. Got the Orb Walk out of the planning. Definitely worthwhile. Rerouted Charge Battery, and then definitely don't want to clone to defend. We'll hold. I'd love some more draw in this deck as well. Just for those early turns where we really need to kind of smooth it out. Alright, so the enemy is going to be able to use Apotheosis here. Hopefully I get Bauble Beam next turn, so I can just run out my orb slots. Still could happen. Still could happen. There it is. It's Orb Walk before we Bauble. Bauble gives us some extra energy back as well because it's consuming the shielding. So then I can study the Spire. Orb Slam, Incinerate. I should have incinerated first. And then just Shield Charge defend at the very end. Not going to be able to use Evasive Protocol, but somehow I feel like we're comfortable with the amount of survivability we have at the moment. Call it a hunch, but feeling like we're probably really comfortable with that. So that does exhaust. We'll slap to just get rid of your block. Use a reroute on the Walker Claw just to have access to that later. Pop a suspension too. Nice. Because then we have the ability to Bauble Beam, getting that Walker Claw back. I'm afraid you are never allowed to damage me ever again. Right, we'll Charge Core and then Incinerate for the extra draw off of the back of that. Twin Slam for the kill, again leaving the ink bottle on 9. Arcabeco, your first attack each combat deals 8 additional damage. That's very rarely going to be super relevant for us. In fact, it won't be super relevant for us because we don't usually have multi-strikes in the opening hand because we have so many innate cards. Colorless potion. Colorless can matter. Weakening the enemies definitely doesn't to us, though. Pass all of those happily, and then skip that card, go to the shop. Accelerate 5 times. Gain 3 stasis slots. I will also put the shield charger up there. Even though it's necessary, I don't think it is. I'll take it, though. I don't think it is, but I'll happily take it. Let's enhance, finally, a vent steam again. All of these extra triggers of the wards as well just work for the ink bottle there. Neat. I guess I'll go for the shield charger here. Oh, we have so little in the deck that really needs to be upgraded. Okay. I feel like on the first turn, I might want to pop like both the colorless potion and the power potion. At the very least, the power potion. Repulsor is exactly what we're looking for here. Then I'm going to use the Blessing of the Forge to make sure it exhausts 2 for us. This will save us from a lot of the stuff Meow's about to do. Okay. Construction forms not relevant to us even slightly. I'm going to charge up and then shield charger and then throw an orb beam. I'm not even going to throw the second one. That'll be good in next cycle. So we're not vulnerable. Yes! Okay, we got clone and we got bauble beam at the same time. Wait, hang on. Is bauble beam even good to clone at this point? Maybe I want to clone something like planning. Why would it be planning? Would it be planning because I have a speed boost and I have bauble beam in the deck, so I'm already going to have so many different things that get into stasis. I'm going to want to have the ability to actually utilize them. Time capacitor, I think, actually solves the same problem already. Never mind. We'll do it with the bauble beam. Let's clone it. Okay, there's the Study the Spire as well. Haunted. Not what I wanted, but actually I might be able to utilize this effectively. Hang on. Try and put that in stasis. It's not gonna work. Good speed boost. Let's charge core and then bauble beam. Getting us the Study the Spire this turn, as well as a decent amount of block. Then we'll bauble beam as well, drawing 2 more cards. And getting all of the extra block again. And then we end up just burning a Defender Twin Slam. Those are totally reasonable things to be burning here. In fact, I would prefer to burn them. Alright. This is Torchfire. Damage is increased by 4 for every debuff on the enemy. We're not really going to be debuffing them that much here. Hey, Revenge Protocol. Whenever you leave defensive mode, gain 3 momentary strength and enter defensive mode. I like that a heck of a lot here. I don't really... Well, I should reroute at defend if... Actually, you know what? I'm going to use the Torchfire here just in case. Reroute it. No, rerouting the Orb Walk doesn't work. That would just be playing it. Because rerouting only affects skills and non-exhausting skills and attacks. You are mine. Remove all block, apply 5 weak and 5 vulnerable to all enemies. I mean, like, I could play that here. I could just not. I think I'm already going to scale out, so... It's unfortunate. It looks like all 3 of them... Torchfire again, yeah. All of the boss ones that I got there didn't really give us any persistent benefit. There you go. It's the best we can do right now. Planning finally got the orb walk up there. Happy to see it. Let's throw a construction and then orbital beam. I'm also going to reroute a suspension just to get a suspension up there. And get even more block. At least a card from your hand is a stasis. I can put the orb walk back up there for another strength. I think I totally want to as well. I have to play the ones here that are ethereal that I still want the impact of. It's out in the end for us, though. Construction form. During your next turn, you cannot play attacks. Is that considered a debuff? Would I have the ability to remove the debuff of that? Yep. Yep, that's considered a debuff, so we can. Okay, suspension is up there, so I'll use the bauble beam to get suspension. Again, it's 0. Amy. Use speed boost to actually get it now, then suspend a orb walk just to get another tick of some strength. It immediately accelerates. And finally we'll play it. 16 strength is going to have to be enough for us. Let's reroute a Walker Claw, use an Incinerate just to hasten that up a little. We lost the temporal shield there, unfortunately. Could have been significantly worse, though. Okay. You're vulnerable. And now you are dead. Planning to try and set up for a next turn, and then suspension to set up even further, I guess. Then I'm going to immediately get those back and just pop some defensive mode up there. Getting into defensive mode every turn gives us the ability to get another 3 strength, especially if I pair it with the ability to get artifact. I keep that strength for the rest of the fight. So it matters one heck of a lot to us. Let's pop a suspension on Walker Claw, then we'll speed boost to get all of them back. And perfect. Reroute the Walker Claw. Orbital beam to get the Walker Claw back again. So these crystal wards. Can I get to 999 block here? Fingers crossed. Goodbye, bewildered. Again, we'll go for the planning. Yeah, I'll speed boost to get those. Make the enemy vulnerable, and then I'm not going to be able to... Okay, I'm going to use the Incinerate to kill here. So the suspension goes up, and then I'll Incinerate. So the suspension is now ready for the next turn. Just pump out a bunch of defense there, waiting. I just lost a bauble beam. That was bad. I have a second bauble beam in the deck. It's not like both of them are super useful at this point anymore because we already have so much block. Okay. Reroute. That's exactly what I was looking for. The Vent Steam. Fine, give me. Vent Steam. Then I will... Walker Claw. Defend, 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 defend. Should have been curl up, I guess, already. Planning gets 2 more cards up there, but... Let's follow up with the suspension, giving us... nothing super valuable to put in the area. Curl up, reroute, bauble beam, and then we'll just speed boost to get the bauble beam back. Keep on defending. Thankfully, the Walker Claw is not ethereal. That would have been really sad. Alright. We've got the defect as the final up next. Exit this stance at the start of your next turn. Okay, good. I'm not exiting my defensive mode often enough right now. Becoming a little bit of a problem. Okay, so we'll return that so that I have the ability now to reroute a Walker Claw. Then we'll use a suspension to... Ooh, nice. Pop that up there. Use a... Oh, really? Alright. I'm going to Liquid Memories to get back a suspension and then put that ball beam up there. I don't want to miss that this round. Alright. Pop the Walker Claw. Ethereal, but the reroute. We'll get back into a defensive mode for the sake of the next turn. And then hold. You're right, the cycle must end. It's gonna. Extremely soon. So we'll start with Curl Up and then Vent Steam. Then let's reroute the planning. Just trying to fill up all of those slots. We'll use a suspension to get a defend up there. Bauble Beam to get as much back as possible. Overfill the hand entirely. And then planning again, and then we have another speed boost. We can do it all again. I mean, I might as well just Walker Claw right now, right? Okay, I'm gonna reroute, then Walker Claw. Guaranteeing that I have access to it later. Alright. We're not yet there at the 999 block, though. Although I'm not entirely certain that's a goal that I really ought to aim for at all. Is it? Never mind, it's a great goal. Fine, yeah. Feels like we called a lot of our shots in this run. Feels good. Also, extremely glad that I had the previous level of unlocks, because that included both Charge Up and the Orb Walk, which were extremely essential to making sure that those final fights didn't take an hour each. That's what happens when you don't want to settle on any of the damage that's offered to you in a run. Future plans. At the end of your turn, place up to one card in your hand in stasis. There's also the stasis engine. For every third zero-cost card you play, gain an energy and draw a card. That would have been so good. Compile package as well. Choose one of three packages to add to your hand. A package is a zero-cost exhausting skill that generates 3 cards inspired by a chosen construct of the Spire and chooses that cost for one this combat. Alright. And that is our Ascension 1 Heart victory? Meow victory? We'll say, yeah, we'll just call them Meow victories. That's our Ascension 1 Meow victory on the Guardian. And for the moment, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slay the Spire Downfall. In the links in the description down below, you can find everything you need to in order to play Downfall yourself, as well as all of my content on this game, past, present, and future. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow.